On a cold winter day, the family of Little Sticks huddled together around the fire. The fuel was about to run out. Little Stick quickly tore off the leaves from its head and threw them into the fire. The flames roared again. Redwood and Whitewood saw this and also tore off their branches to help. The old tree stump even ripped off its bark and threw it into the fire. But Logwood just sat there, enjoying the warmth that everyone else provided, without lifting a finger. Little Stick wanted to tear off Logwood's bark but was punched by Logwood. Little Stick felt very wronged. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind blew in. Whitewood looked at Redwood, pointed to the branch on Redwood, and then glanced at Logwood. Logwood immediately understood and walked over to Redwood. Without saying a word, he started to forcibly break the branch. The old tree stump couldn't bear to watch but had no way to stop it, so he just covered Little Stick's eyes. But he couldn't prevent Little Stick from seeing. Seeing Little Stick being bullied, Grandpa just couldn't stand it anymore. After a long while, he managed to move a step and finally reached the two pieces of wood. He tried to complain to them, but Logwood kicked him down. After a few rolls, he stopped right on the fire. Little Stick wanted to push Grandpa away, but the flames suddenly shot up. The old tree stump was instantly engulfed in the fire. Little Stick wanted to save Grandpa, but ended up catching fire himself. Meanwhile, with the combined efforts of Logwood and Whitewood, they finally broke off the branch from Redwood. The brothers continued to roast around the fire. But seeing the old tree stump burning, Little Stick was furious and wanted to take revenge on Logwood. Unexpectedly, Logwood picked him up and put him on the fire to roast. Little Stick bit Logwood's finger. Whitewood, standing by, laughed maliciously, which angered Logwood. He tore off Whitewood's branch and stuffed it into his mouth, then picked up Whitewood and smashed him into Redwood. In the end, both pieces of wood were thrown into the fire. Little Stick, watching from the side, was trembling with fear. At that moment, the bark of the old tree stump fell off. Little Stick's tears fell instantly. Then he wiped away his tears, picked up the bark of the old tree stump, and quietly approached Logwood from behind. As Logwood turned around, Little Stick struck with all his might. Logwood stumbled and fell right into the fire. The flames quickly spread along Logwood's body. Watching his family members fall, Little Stick put down the bark and sat sadly by the fire. The next day, when the sun rose, the flames were still not completely extinguished.